Good day to you children. In the last class, we were solving or we were dealing with the exercise 1.2 of your chapter arithmetic progressions. And in the last video, I said that I'd solve the problems 10, 11 and 12 in the next video. So in today's class, let us start with the 10th problem. In the 10th problem, the question is, the 17th term of an AP exceeds its 10th term by 7. Find the common difference. Okay, here they have told us that the 17th term, that is A17, belonging to an AP exceeds its 10th term, that is A10. A17 exceeds A10 by 7. That means A17 is 7 more than A10, which can also be written as A17 is equal to A10 plus 7. So our question here is to find the common difference of this arithmetic progression. So let us start doing that. First, solution. Given A17 is equal to A10 plus 7. This is what they have told us. Alright. Now we have to find the common difference for this arithmetic progression. We don't have the value of A or N, or we have the value of N here. We have the value of N. We don't know A or D. We have to determine D. So in general form, I can write A17 as A plus 16D. This is my first equation. Similarly, I can write A10 as A plus 9D. Because this is N, then here we have N minus 1. This is 10, so 10 minus 1, 9. So this is our second equation. Now we also have A plus 16D, that is A17, is equal to A plus 9D, that is A10 plus 7. Agree? Because here, look here, A17 is equal to A10 plus 7. That is given to us. They have told us. So what I'm doing, I'm just substituting the values of A17 and A10 in the very first expression that we wrote. So to avoid confusion, let us name that equation as first Roman 1. Okay. So now let's start simplifying this. A cancels out. Now I'll transpose D to the left side. 16D, here, since it is plus here, it will become minus 9D is equal to 7. 16 minus 9 is 7D is equal to 7. 7 ones are 7 ones are. Therefore, D is equal to 1. This is our answer. What we had to find here? We had to find the common difference of the AP. So, the common difference of this AP is 1. Let's write it down. The common difference is 1. This is our solution. In the 11th question, which term of the AP 3, 15, 27 and so on will be 132 more than its 54th term? So here they have asked us which term of our given AP, that is 3, 15 and 27 and so on, will be 132 more than its 54th term. That is which term, that is AN, which AN will be equal to A54 plus 132. So first let's write down given. Okay, we have to find N here. We have to find which term, not just AN. We have to find N. Okay, so here given AP, from the AP, A is equal to 3, D is equal to 15 minus 3, which is 12. Then they have told us that AN is equal to A54 plus 132. Okay, this is our main clue here. So first let us try to find what is A54 or what is our 54th term. That means N is equal to 54 here. Alright, so now A54 is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. A54 is equal to 3 plus 54 minus 1 into 12. Right. So now A54 is equal to 3 plus 54 minus 1, 53 into 12. Thus A54 is equal to 3 plus 636, which is nothing but 639. So our 54th term is 639. This is the first step of the solution. We know that AN is equal to A54 plus 132. From our previous calculations, we found out A54 is 639. So plus 132. Now AN is equal to 177. AN is equal to 771. So which term of our arithmetic progression is 771? Let's try to find it out. AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. This is the formula. So our AN is 771. A is 3 plus, we don't know N, so let's keep it as it is. And D is 12. On transposing, we get 771 minus 3 is equal to N minus 1 into 12. So this is 768 is equal to N minus 1 into 12. Now 12 is multiplied here. If I transfer it to the left side, it will be 768 divided by 12 is equal to N minus 1. 12 ones are 12 6 are 12 6 are 72, 48. 12 4s are 64. 12 4s are 48. So now the quotient is 64. So 64 is equal to N minus 1. This implies N is equal to 64 plus 1, which is 65. Therefore, the 65th term of the arithmetic progression is 132 more than its 54th term. Let's write that down. Therefore, the required term is N is equal to 65. This is our answer. In the 12th question, two APs have same common difference D. Okay, they have given us two APs where their common differences are same. The difference between their 100th terms is 100. Okay, in these APs only the common difference is same. Alright, not the first terms. First terms are obviously different. And also the difference between their 100th term. So the 100th term of first AP and the 100th term of second AP. The difference between them is 100. We have to find out the difference between their 1000th terms. Alright. So they have given us that both the APs have same common difference but different first terms, and the difference between their 100th terms is 100. We have to find the difference between their 1000th terms. So first let us write down given let us assume first term of first AP. Alright, first term of first AP be A. Alright, the first term of first AP be A and its common difference is D. This is all from given. What they are given us. The common difference is D. Similarly, the first term of second AP be capital A. They are not told us both APs have same first term. So it is obviously both APs have different first terms. So if the first term of first AP is small a, then the first term of second AP be capital A. Just to make sure, just to denote that both those first terms are different. But both the common differences are same. So I can write and its common difference be D once again, because the common difference are same. Now they have told us that the difference between the 100th term of both the APs is 100. So I'll write it as A100 minus capital A100 is equal to 100. This is what they have given us. What we have to find? We have to find the difference between their 1000th term, that is A1000 minus capital A1000. How much is it? Right. So from the given equation, that is A100 minus capital A100, let us try to solve it. A100, small A100 can be written as A plus 99D. This is the second equation. Similarly, capital A100 is nothing but capital A plus 99D. This is the third equation. Now subtract them. Subtract. Alright. Here I can write it as A100 minus capital A100 is equal to A minus A. Everything becomes minus here. So A minus A, since 99D and 99D are same, 99D minus 99D cancels out. This is our fourth equation. Now look here. In the first equation we had A100 minus capital A100 is 100, and from subtraction we got A100 minus capital A100 is A minus capital A. That is our fourth equation. Now I can equate equation 1 and 4 because LHS of both these equations are same. So I'll equate them. Equating 1 and 4, we get A minus A is equal to 100. This is our equation 5. Now I can write now A1000 is equal to, using the general form, A1000 is equal to A plus 999D. Agree? Because n is 1000, n minus 1, 999. And capital A1000 is equal to capital A plus 999D once again, because the common differences are same. Now let's once again subtract them. We have to subtract them. What will happen here? Minus, 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 because the signs reverse. In the left hand side, I'll write A1000 minus capital A1000 is equal to, look here, A and minus A. Unlike terms, I can't subtract them, so I'll write them as A minus capital A. Whereas 999D minus 999D cancels out. This is our equation 6. Now, look here. In the equation 5, we have small a minus capital A is equal to 100. Also now here, A1000 minus capital A1000 is equal to A minus A. I can equate these equations, right? Equating 5 and 6. 8,000 minus capital 8,000 is equal to 100. So we got the difference between the thousandth terms of both the APs is equal to 100. This is the charm of using the formula to calculate the nth term of an AP. We didn't even know the value of first term. We didn't even know the value of common difference. All we knew was that the common differences were same and the difference between their 100th terms was 100. We calculated just using this much of information, we could determine the difference between the 1000th terms of these arithmetic progressions. This is the charm of mathematics. Alright, let's move on to the, 15th question. In the 15th question, for what value of n are the nth terms of two APs, that is the two APs are 63, 65, 67 and so on, 3, 10, 17 and so on equal. Alright, they have given us two APs. One AP is 63, 65, 67 and the second AP is 3, 10, 17 and so on. For which value of n, that is for which two terms of this AP will be equal. That means which two ANs of this AP will be equal. We have to find the value of n for which both APs will have a common term. So let's start with given. Given in the first AP, A is equal to 63, D is equal to 65 minus 63, that is 2. And in the second AP, capital A, let us write it as capital A, just to make sure, just to denote the distinction or the difference between both the APs. A is equal to 3 and capital D, that is common difference, is 10 minus 3, which is equal to 7. So now for which value of n will small an be equal to capital AN? The question is to find n when an will be equal to an. Let this be our equation 1. So, what is the general form of an, or what is the formula? It is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So, for the first AP, the value of a is 63. Therefore, an is equal to 63 plus n minus 1 and d is 2 into 2. This is our equation number 2. Now, moving on. In the second AP, similarly, capital AN is equal to a plus n minus 1 into capital D. Therefore, AN is equal to, the value of A in the second AP is 3. 3 plus n minus 1 into 7, because the common difference, that is capital D for second AP, is 7. This is our equation 3. What we have to find? We have to find the value of n where small an will be equal to capital AN. That is the first equation. So put 2 and 3 in equation 1. What will we get like that? What will we get? We will get 63 plus n minus 1 into 2 is equal to 3 plus n minus 1 into 7. Now let's rearrange. Let's make n minus 1 terms on one side and the remaining constant terms on the other side. That will be 63 minus 3 is equal to n minus 1 into 7 minus, because here n minus 1 into 2 is plus. On transposing it to the right side, it will be minus. N minus 1 into 7 minus n minus 1 into 2. 63 minus 3 is 60, which is equal to n minus 1. N minus 1 is common. I'll take it out. N minus 1 and n minus 1. What will remain here? Here it is 7 minus, because the sign between them, the operation between them was subtraction. So it is minus. And here if I remove n minus 1, the remaining term is 2. So it is n minus 1, 7, n minus 1 into 7 minus 2. So 60 is equal to n minus 1 into 5. So 5 ones are, 5 ones are, 2s are, 5 12s are. So 12 is equal to n minus 1. This implies n is equal to 12 plus 1, which is equal to 13. So when n is equal to 13, then the two terms, that is small a 13 and capital A 13, will be equal. That is the solution for this question. In the 16th question, determine the AP whose third term is 16 and the 7th term exceeds the 5th term by 12. Okay, we have to find the AP or the arithmetic progression in which the third term, that is A3, is 16 and the 7th term A7 exceeds the 5th term by 12. That is A7 is equal to A5 plus 12. So here we have to find the value of A and D to find out the AP. So let's work it out. Given in the solution part, given A3 is equal to 16 and A7 is equal to A5 plus 12. So writing the general form of AP, A3 is equal to A plus 2D. So this 16 is equal to A plus 2D. This is our equation 1. Now A5 is equal to A plus 4D. This implies A5. We don't know the value of A5. So A5 is this is our second equation, and A7 is equal to A plus 60. This implies, we know that A7 is also equal to A5 plus 12. So that means A7 is equal to A plus 60 plus, which is equal to, not plus, which is equal to A plus 4D, because A5 from equation 2. A5 is A plus 4D. Here A5 is there, right? So A plus 60 is equal to A plus 4D plus 12. This is equation 3. Now let's simplify the equation 3 here. A cancels out. 6 now 60 minus on transposing the D terms, it becomes minus 60 minus 4D is equal to 12. 6 minus 4 is 2. So 2D is equal to 12. 2 1s are 2 6 are. This implies D is equal to 6. This is the value of common difference of our given arithmetic progression, that is 6. To find the value of A, just put this value of D in equation 1, that is 16 is equal to A plus 2D. Write it down. Put in 1. We get 16 is equal to A plus 2 into 6. This implies 16 is equal to A plus 12. This implies 16 minus 12 is equal to A, which means A is equal to 4. This is the value of our first term of AP. Therefore, the AP is 4, 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 6, 16, 16 plus 6, 22, and so on. This is our required arithmetic progression. In the 17th question, find the 20th term from the last term of the AP 3, 8, 13, 253 and so on up to 253. So in this case, they haven't asked us to find the 20th term from the beginning of the AP. Usually when we calculate an, we calculate the an, that is the nth term, from the beginning of the AP, that is from the first term. But in this question, they have asked us to find the 20th term of the AP from the end, that is 20th term from the last term, that is 253. So we have to go in reverse order here. So first let us write down solution. Given in the AP, A is equal to 3, D is equal to 8 minus 3, which is equal to 5, AN is equal to 253. So to find the 20th term from the end, let us write down our AP in reverse order. Alright. So writing AP in reverse order. Whenever we try to write an AP in reverse order, the common difference changes its sign. So in this case, if D is equal to 5, when I want to write the AP in reverse order, the common difference will become minus 5. Alright. So now, writing the AP in reverse order, A is equal to 253, D is equal to minus 5. So, and AN will be 3, the last term. When I write it from the end, that is, if I start it from 253, then my last term will be 3. So, AN is equal to 3. I have to find A20. Alright, I have to find A20 is equal to how much? Then N is equal to 20. So, now it will be easy for us to calculate, right? We just have to calculate AN. When A is equal to 253, the common difference T is minus 5, because we considered our AP in reverse order, and the value of N is 20. To calculate the value of AN, that is A20, we have the formula AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. That means putting N is equal to 20, A20 is equal to A is 253, because our AP is in reverse order. 253 plus N minus 1, that is 20 minus 1 into minus 5, because our common difference has changed its sign. So now A20 is equal to 253 plus 19 into minus 5. 19 5s are 95. So A20 is equal to 253 minus 95. So A20 is equal to, A20 is 158. That is the 20th term from the end of our given AP. Our given AP was 3, 8, 13 and so on up to 253. So the 20th term from the end of the AP is 158. So whenever they ask you to find any term from the end of an AP, just remember that you have to write everything that is given. That is A for the given AP, D for the given AP and AN for the given AP. And then reverse the order. That means your AN will become A, and if your D is a positive number, it will become negative. If it's a negative number, then it will become a positive number. Alright. So using those values, using those new values, find A20. That will be your value of, not A20, AN. That will be the value of AN from the end of the given AP. In the 18th question, the sum of 4th and 8th terms of an AP is 24. That is A4 plus A8 is equal to 24. And the sum of 6th and 10th terms, that is A6 plus A10 is equal to 44. Find the first 3 terms of the arithmetic progression. So here once again we don't know the value of A, nor do we know the value of D. All we have is sum of some terms here. We have to find the first 3 terms of the arithmetic progression. So first let's start with given A4 plus A8, that is the sum of 4th and 8th term, is equal to 24, and sum of 6th, that is A6 plus A10, sum of 6th and 10th term is equal to 44. So now I can write it. I can write the first equation as A4 can be written as A plus 3D, right? A4 is A plus 3D plus the 8. 8 can be written as A plus 9D is equal to 24. This implies A plus A, 2A, 3D plus 9D gives 12D is equal to 24. This is our equation 1. Alright. Now, A6 can be written as A plus 5D plus, right here one sentence, from A4 plus A8 is equal to 24, and from A6 plus A10 is equal to 44. A6 can be written as A plus 5D. Similarly, A10 can be written as A plus 9D. Sorry, A8 is written as A plus 7D. So it is 7 plus 3, 10D. Alright, sorry. Please make that correction. And here A10 is A plus 9D, which is equal to 44. So now A plus A, this implies A plus A, 2A, 9 plus 5, 14 plus 14D is equal to 44. This is our second equation. Since we have two equations, let's subtract them. Subtract 1 and 2. Write that down. Subtract 1 and 2. What will get? 2A plus 10D is equal to 24. 2A plus 14D is equal to 44. The signs are changed. They reverse. 2A minus 2A cancels out. 10D minus 14D. We have minus 4D, and here 4 minus 4 0, 4 minus 2 20, minus 20. Minus minus cancels out, 4 1s are 4 5s are. So the value of D is equal to 5. Now to find the first three terms of an AP, we have to know the value of first term, that is A. So to find A, put the value of D in either equation 1 or equation 2. I'll put this in equation 1. So where 2A is equal to 10D is equal to 2A plus 10D is equal to 24. Alright. This implies 2A plus 10 into 5 is equal to 24. This implies 2A plus 50 is equal to 24. Once again, this implies 2A is equal to 24 minus 50, which is nothing but 2A is equal to 2 1s are 13s are. This implies A is equal to minus 13. Therefore, the first three terms of our arithmetic progressions are, therefore, the first three terms are minus 13 plus 5, minus 8 plus 5, minus 3. These are the first three terms of our arithmetic progression. In the 19th question, Subba Rao started work in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000. That means at the end of each year, his salary was rupees 5,000. And he received an increment of rupees 200. Increment means every year they increased his salary by 200 rupees. So if in the first year he earned rupees 5,000, then in the second year, after adding the increment of 200, his salary for the end of the second year is 5,200. Then in the third year, again 200 rupees increment, then his salary will be 5,400 and so on. So he received an increment of rupees 200 each year. In which year did his income reach rupees 7,000? So here what they have given is, they have given us a first term A and the common difference D and also the last term AN, and they have asked us to calculate the value of N. That is, A is equal to 5,000, right? He started with the salary of 5,000 rupees. So that is our first term. Then he received an increment of 200 rupees. That is our common difference T. 200 rupees is added every year to his salary. So the D is 200. And also AN, that is the final salary. It is 7,000 rupees. That means that is the AN for our problem. All we have to do is calculate the value of N. Alright, pause the video and work out the problem or work out the solution for the value of N. Your value of N must be equal to 11. Verify your answer. N must be equal to 11. Similarly, in the 20th question, Ramkali saved rupees 5 in the first week of a year and then increased her weekly savings by rupees 1.75. If in the nth week her weekly savings become rupees 20.75, find the value of N. Here Ramkali started with 5 rupees and every week, at the end of every week, she increased her savings by 1.57 rupees. If in some week, that is in some nth week, her savings reaches the amount 20.75, then find the value of N. Here also A is equal to 5, D is equal to 1.75, AN is equal to 20.75, N is equal to how much? This is your homework for the day. Alright, don't take it as homework. You guys will forget to do it. Just pause the video and solve for N. Your N must be equal to. Verify whether if your value of N is equal to 10. And this was the last problem of the exercise 1.2. In the next class, we will begin the new concept, that is sum of first year terms of an AP. This is the last but also one of the important concepts of this chapter. Thank you.